In a peaceful little home, laughter echoed through soft walls. A newborn baby lay quietly, wrapped in a red blanket of warmth. Beside her, a gray cat pressed close, eyes fierce, heart gentle. She wasn't just lying there. She was guarding like a silent soldier. No one dared to touch the baby without her watchful gaze. The family often joked, calling her the furry babysitter. But her behavior wasn't just instinct. It came from something deep, something that once broke her heart and shaped her soul forever. Every time someone reached for the baby, she'd meow sharply. She even slept beside the baby, one paw resting protectively. At night, she would circle the crib before curling up to rest. The mother found it adorable, until strange things began. The cat would stare at shadows, hiss at unseen figures. Sometimes she'd run to the door and refuse to move. One evening, a chill filled the room, and the cat growled low. It was as if she was warning someone, or something. The mother's smile faded, her curiosity turning into fear. What was this cat protecting the baby from? And how did she know something no one else could see? Soon, the truth behind her devotion would shock everyone. The rain fell like a curtain, drenching the silent street. Inside the small house, a baby's laughter echoed softly. Then, a faint cry came from the porch, weak and trembling. A stray gray cat stood there, soaked to the bone. Her eyes, wide, golden, and filled with fear. The mother's heart broke at that sight. She opened the door and whispered, "Come here, little one." The cat stepped in slowly, unsure yet hopeful. Wrapped in a towel, she purred for the first time. The baby watched from her crib, smiling curiously. Something invisible passed between them, something pure. That night, the cat curled near the crib's leg. She didn't sleep. She watched, she guarded. Lightning flashed outside, yet the room felt safe. The baby's hand hung over the crib edge. The cat pressed her head against it tenderly. From that moment, a bond was sealed forever. No one understood how strong it would become. The cat had found her purpose again. The baby had found her silent protector. And fate had quietly written the first line of their story. From the storm's chaos, a new promise was born. She wasn't just rescued, she was reborn, and she swore that nothing would ever harm this child again. Morning light poured across the nursery floor. The baby giggled, and the cat lifted her head proudly. Every tiny sound drew her closer to the crib. She'd stretch, yawn, and then watch, motionless, alert. If someone entered the room, her gaze followed sharply. Visitors found it cute at first. She's playing mom. But this wasn't play, it was protection. Every time a hand reached for the baby, she'd hiss softly. The family began calling her the little guard. Even at night, her ears twitched with every breath. Her devotion felt almost human. The mother started to wonder, why this child? The cat had seen many people, yet loved only her. Sometimes she'd stare at the baby for minutes in silence. Her eyes glistened, as if remembering something. Maybe she once had kittens she couldn't save. Maybe this child was her second chance. Each meow sounded less like a sound, and more like a vow. A vow to protect, to stay, to never let go. The baby's tiny hands often held her whiskers, and instead of pulling away, the cat purred louder. There was love, but beneath it, an unspoken fear. The fear of losing her all over again. And that fear was about to become a prophecy. Days melted into months, and their bond deepened. The baby learned to crawl, and the cat followed her everywhere. From the crib to the couch, from the floor to the garden. The mother would smile. "You've got a shadow now." But the cat wasn't a shadow. She was a shield. When the baby stumbled, the cat would nudge her upright. When she cried, the cat's soft purring soothed her. One afternoon, a visiting friend reached to lift the baby. The cat leaped forward, locking the hand instantly. Everyone gasped, but her eyes showed no malice, only fear. She was trembling, her tail fluffed, her heart racing. The mother scolded her lightly, but couldn't stay angry. Because later that night, the baby woke crying. And once again, only the cat could calm her. They shared something beyond understanding. Something that defied the line between human and animal. The house began to call her Angel. She wore that name with quiet pride. Even during storms, she'd press close to the crib. When thunder boomed, she'd lick the baby's cheeks. Her heartbeat cinched with the baby's calm breath. To everyone else, it was adorable. But to the cat, it was sacred. It was a peaceful morning, sunlight pouring through the curtains. The mother left briefly to grab laundry outside. The baby slept soundly, wrapped in her favorite blanket. But the cat's body stiffened suddenly, ears perked, tail twitching. A faint creak came from the window frame. Her instincts screamed, "Something's wrong." She darted toward the sound, hissing loudly. A shadow moved, a man's hand trying to push the window open. In a blur, she launched herself at it, claws striking glass. The intruder froze, startled by her ferocity. Her screams echoed through the house like sirens. The mother rushed in and screamed, slamming the window shut. The man ran away into the trees, disappearing. The cat stayed there, trembling, guarding the crib. Her paw bulged from the shattered glass, but she didn't move. She looked at the baby, then at the mother, and meowed weakly. That sound carried gratitude and pain together. She had risked her life without hesitation. The mother fell to her knees, hugging her tightly. Tears filled her eyes as she whispered, "You saved her." That day, everyone understood her strange behavior. It wasn't madness. It was loyalty born from love and memory. That evening, the vet visited to treat her injured paw. As he cleaned the wounds, the mother told him the story. The vet paused quietly, then smiled sadly. "I think I know why she's like this," he said. He explained that months before, a similar gray cat had been rescued. She had been found beside a road, with her kittens gone. She stayed near a baby blanket someone had thrown away, as if searching for what she had lost forever. The vet's words hit the mother like lightning. This wasn't just fate. It was a reunion of souls. The cat had found another baby to love. And this time, she wouldn't fail to protect her. The mother looked at the cat sleeping by the crib. Even with bandages on her paw, she purred contently. The baby reached out in her sleep, touching her fur. And the cat pressed closer, as if guarding a dream. From loss came love. From fear came courage. And from pain came the purest form of devotion. Everyone in that house now knew one truth: that love needs no words, no species, no explanation. It only needs a heart willing to protect another. And hers was the bravest of them all. One night, the air felt heavy and silence filled the house. The baby's soft breaths turned into weak, uneven gasps. The mother panicked. Her tiny body felt burning hot. She rushed to call the doctor, hands trembling with fear. The cat followed her, mewing frantically at her feet. But when the mother laid the baby down, something strange happened. The cat leaped onto the bed, circling her protectively. Her fur stood on end. Her tail swished rapidly. She pressed her warm body close to the baby's chest. The baby's cries slowly softened, her breathing steadied. The mother froze, unable to believe her eyes. It was as if the cat could feel the fever leaving her. For hours, she refused to move, not even to eat. Her eyes glowed faintly in the dim lamplight. She purred nonstop, steady and low, like a lullaby of healing. The doctor arrived and found the fever had eased miraculously. He checked the baby, confused yet relieved. The mother whispered, she didn't leave her side all night. The vet smiled again. Sometimes love does what medicine can't. The cat finally rested, her paw still touching the child. That night, something sacred was sealed between them. The cat had once lost her babies to sickness, and now she'd saved one. Her redemption complete. The mother wept, realizing love truly has 9 lives. And this cat had given one of hers away. The father often worked late, unaware of what went on. He found the cat's behavior odd, always near the baby. Sometimes he tried to lift his child, but the cat hissed. He grew frustrated, thinking she was just jealous. One evening, he decided to test her reaction. He placed his phone secretly on the table to record. Then he pretended to reach for the baby in her sleep. Instantly, the cat sprang between them, eyes blazing. Her growl was deep, not of anger, but warning. The father stopped, staring in awe. He replayed the footage and felt his heart tremble. In her eyes, he saw something familiar, grief. Later that night, he found an old shelter report online. It showed a gray cat rescued from the roadside. The same one. She had lost her kittens after a storm, all too weak to survive. She was found curled beside them for 2 days, refusing to leave. Tears filled his eyes as he realized the truth. This cat wasn't protecting his baby. She was protecting her memory. In saving his daughter, she was healing her broken heart. The father walked to the nursery, quietly kneeling beside her. He whispered, "Your family now." And for the first time, the cat didn't flinch. She purred softly. The father smiled, his eyes wet with gratitude. The guardian of their home had finally found peace. The morning sun rose, but something was wrong. The crib was empty, the baby was safe, but the cat was gone. The house felt different, hollow, incomplete. The mother searched every room, calling her name. No answer came, only silence. Hours passed, turning into a day, then 2. The baby refused to eat, crying endlessly. It was as if she could feel the absence too. The father checked shelters and streets, but nothing. Until one evening, he heard faint meows near the garden. There she was, weak, covered in dust and leaves. She had fought off a stray dog to reach the gate. In her mouth was a torn piece of baby blanket. The father's heart shattered. She had carried it everywhere. She was still guarding her even when lost. They brought her in, cleaned her wounds, and held her close. The baby laughed again when she saw her friend return. The cat purred, curling up against the baby's chest. For her, home wasn't a place. It was this child. The family finally understood her devotion. She wasn't just a pet. She was a soul that had come back to protect what she couldn't before. And now, she was never leaving again. Time passed, and the baby began to walk. Each stumble was followed by a soft paw guiding her up. The cat stayed beside her like a patient teacher. Her tail brushed the floor, moving gently like a guide. The family watched in wonder. The bond only grew stronger. When the baby laughed, the cat would chirp in response. When she fell, the cat would nuzzle her gently. It was as if she promised to never let her fall alone. The father filmed their moments together every morning. Each clip showed a love beyond understanding. Even strangers online were moved to tears by their story. "She's like her guardian angel," someone commented. But to the family, that wasn't just a saying. It was truth. Whenever the baby got sick, the cat stayed at her side. Whenever thunderstorms struck, she'd curl protectively around her. Her fur had grown older, but her eyes stayed young. Every purr seemed to whisper, "You're safe, my little one." Years would pass, but that sound would never fade. The child's laughter and her purrs became one melody. 2 souls, 1 heartbeat, forever intertwined. The house wasn't filled with noise, but with warmth. And in that warmth lived something divine. A love that began in a storm and bloomed into light. The cat had not only saved a child, she had rebuilt her own heart. One afternoon, the father installed a new camera near the crib. He wanted to capture their rare moments together. That night, the baby stirred in her sleep, crying softly. The cat climbed into the crib and wrapped herself around her. Her paw stroked the baby's face, as if singing a lullaby. In the footage, the cat's eyes reflected the nightlight, golden and calm. She looked straight into the lens, almost knowingly, as if telling the world, "This is why I'm here." The video spread online, reaching millions of hearts. People cried seeing the way she guarded that child. "She's more human than most humans," one comment read. The family received messages from around the world. Some called it luck. Others called it destiny. But for the parents, it was something much deeper. It was love in its purest, wordless form. That cat had taught them all something about life. That you don't need to speak to show love. You just need to stay, through storms, through pain, through time. The cat became a symbol of eternal devotion. Her story inspired others to adopt and protect. Even after years, that footage remains online. A reminder that angels sometimes come with fur and four paws. And when they guard with their very soul. Love has no species, no boundary, no end. It exists where hearts connect, even across lifetimes. Sometimes, the smallest creatures carry the biggest souls. And sometimes, a simple act of care changes the world. The cat's vow was born from heartbreak, but it bloomed into a love that touched millions. Because when you truly love, you never stop protecting. Even when words fail, love always finds a way to speak.